Hello everyone, I'm Rich from Motorserve, and today I've got an absolute monster. This thing looks epic, sounds epic, but it is epic. This is a Mercedes C63, so the top of the line, nearly, C-Class. Obviously you can get the C63S, but this being the non-S is pretty much nearly there. You get the 4-litre V8 bi-turbo, making 476 horsepower through this absolutely beautiful sounding engine, one of the best sounding engines. Obviously this is the 4-litre V8 and my old one was the 6.2, technically 6.3 litre V8, which did sound a bit better, but the 4-litre, I mean, it's going to be slightly more economic and a little bit better to the polar bears. So, but I think this thing absolutely looks epic. It looks really, really good. Now check out the front end of this car. You'll also notice that this car has been wrapped. It is in a satin grey wrap with the Edition 1 decals. I'll show you them in a bit. But we've got this this is the new style grille, I think this one is. It's all black. You've got the big Mercedes logo there, and as well you've got this beautiful carbon splitter down there, along with these black vents in there. It just has this super aggressive look, especially with how the fins come up here on the splitter. I think the splitter really makes the look of this car. You've got these really, really great lights in here that look properly smart, and as well you'll see how wide these wheel arches as well. Right, if you come this way, you can see how wide the front arches are. And you've got these beautiful 18-inch alloy wheels on here. They're probably the perfect size for this car. They just work properly, and especially with the fitment in here as well, it doesn't look like you've got massive wheel arch gaps. And the car, although it's low, it's not too low. So you are going to have to be careful on some of the big bumps, but little bumps, you wouldn't even have to slow down. You'd be all right. You know, you've got your V8 bi-turbo badging on the side. As I mentioned, V8 bi-turbo. Massive engine that just sounds amazing. Now you've also got a carbon side skirt on here as well, and this is more of your Edition 1 decals. John,
how much per month on finance?
How much per month on finance? I don't know. You're gonna have to head over to our website, motorserveukcars.com, and check it out on there. There's a free finance calculator. So let's say you want to put down a 10 grand deposit. There, it'll tell you exactly the figure you're going to pay per month. But I can tell you the full price. Right here in the boot is a price. You know, a 355 litre boot is a price. £41,500 for a 2016 Mercedes C63 with just 21,000 miles on the clock. That's pretty good. So your finance figures will be on the website, so you can check them out on there. And the boot's electric as well, which is nice. And bringing onto the boot, the back end of this car looks amazing. Now you've got the Edition 1 decals here on the top of the boot. You've got this amazing carbon fibre spoiler, AMG badging, the Mercedes badging all blacked out. You've got the quad AMG tailpipes down there, and this really nice diffuser. Looks really nice. I've accidentally pressed the button. We'll close that again. However, there has been a crime. The previous owner of the car has committed a crime. He's put the S badge on a non-C63. I'm not going to lie to you, because obviously when you look at the website, it's going to say C63. That is a shame. Now obviously, no one's really going to tell you. It looks exactly like a C63S. So if you want to keep it, you can, or you can obviously just pull the badge off when you buy the car. But that is a crime. You can't be doing that. You've got this really, really nice rear lights on here as well. Looks smart, and as well you've got more of this carbon fibre on these rear vents as well. The car just looks great. And as well, one of the most essential specs on a car like this. You've got a panoramic sunroof. First of all, it's just nice when you're sitting inside it. Even if the roof is shut, it just opens up the interior, makes it nice and bright. But on the exterior as well, it just looks really, really good. Really, really good on the exterior. So it's very nice. You've also got privacy glass on the back, and maybe a slight tint on the front. And as well, you've also got red sprayed brake calipers down here. You really could go on for days about the exterior looks on the car. You've also got, as you'll probably most likely know, this is a rear-wheel drive car. You've got an LSD on the back, which is a really, really nice thing to have when it comes to putting the power down through the corners, because it will send the power to the wheel with the most grip and not the power to the wheel with the least grip. So that doesn't make any sense, but that's what a normal diff does. So that's a nice feature. So jumping onto the inside, this car is absolutely beautiful. Obviously, it's a C-Class, so absolutely exquisite quality. First of all, check it out, the door cards. You've got this really, really nice design. really high quality leather. You've got this really nice kind of Alcantara suede material, more leather down here, more leather, white contrast stitching on your leather. Even the quality of the door card down here is good, and you've got some storage in there. Now, what you'll see here, you've got your controls for your heated memory seats. Now, as these aren't the carbon bucket seats or anything, these are the actually comfortable seats. You can control everything on here, including the headrest height. And as mentioned, they are heated as well. You've got the Burmester sound system on here as well, which is obviously an absolute must. Sounds great. And as well, you've got this kind of brushed aluminium trim on here. It just looks really, really nice. So, you'll also see you've got push button start, which we normally see on other cars. It's like this button engraved into the thing. Not this one. You can just remove it and then decide you don't want push button start anymore. You want to put your key in. You can do that as well. But a nice thing to have nonetheless. Stick that back in there. Now let's give it a start off, as this is one of the great things about this car, is the sound again. It sounds wicked. Now the best thing is that is it with the valves closed. If I open up the valves with this button here on the center console, the car becomes more meaty and more loud. So I'm going to leave that running for a bit, let the engine warm up, and then we'll give it a rev. Now the steering wheel on here feels really, really nice. Now as this is the non-S model, it actually hasn't got the Alcantara on it, which if you ask me is a benefit, because the Alcantara after a long time can get a bit mank, can get a bit greasy, whereas as this is the full leather, it just stays nice forever. Even you can clean the leather and it will look nice. Now you've got the flappy paddles on the back here as well, which very, very satisfying click noise. So obviously you can control your 7-speed auto gearbox, which has the drive mode selector as a stalk on the side, which is nice because instead of messing about with some stuff over here, it's just on here. It's really, really nice. Just quick switch into drive, quick switch into reverse. Really, really nice. Now talking of reverse, you have got a reversing camera on there as well, and parking sensors front and back, and you can actually control the kind of camera you want on here. So really, really nice thing to have to help you park. Now these dials here as well look really, really nice. Really cool looking dials. As this is the 2016 model, it doesn't have the fully virtual cockpit, but the analog dials look really, really nice. And obviously you can control the brightness down here. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Now you've got some media controls on here and more controls on here for your screen that you have in there, where you can control everything on there. You can check out your nav, everything, radio. Down here I've got settings for my cruise control and speed limiter, and as well the steering column is fully electronically controlled, which is nice. So you can really get the steering wheel into a comfortable position without it's all quite premium with the electric. Now here you've got the screen on here as well, which gives you a bunch of information about your car. The main one is nav. Obviously you can set your destination, and as well you can control the music. Now down here is the section of goodies. So Joe, would you like to jump in and we can demonstrate to you what goodies we've got? Because as this is a performance car, you want to make sure you're getting the most performance out of your performance. You'll see here as well, you've got the seatbelt butler. So when you shut the door, the seatbelt comes out to you, making it nice and easy for you to grab. You don't have to break your back twice twist, especially if you're a big gym lad. You know, you've been gym, you can't. That's nice. Now, centre console, sometimes Mercedes put this horrible gloss black on the centre console and it kind of just gets a bit sticky and doesn't really look that nice. But this one has a carbon fibre on it, looks really, really nice, and the AMG badging. In here we've got a section for cup holders, which can be removed if you don't want to have them as cup holders, or you want to clean it. In here we've got a section for your phone, and as well 12-volt socket for charging your phone and whatever you like. Now down here is the bit with all the goodies. Now you've got this touchpad controller here which controls all the screen. All of that wouldn't really use it, I've just used the dial. But the main thing down here is we've got dynamic select. So we can set it to comfort. You can see on the screen here, comfort. I've got individual, where you can control exactly what you want. So I can decide on how I want my engine performance, how I want my suspension, how I want the gearbox, how I want the exhaust, and how I want my traction control. That's in the individual. I can put it into comfort. It'll turn the valves off on the exhaust, set everything into comfort, and just make the car a nice little daily driver. And as well, you've got sport, which is faster, and then sport plus, which is super fast. Opens up the valves, stiffens up the suspension, reduces the traction control, which you can completely switch off here if you wanted to. Just press and hold that and it'll switch off. And you can select it down here as well, so I can select manual mode, so I can now use the flappy paddle gearbox. and I can open and close the valves when I want. Really, really nice. And as well, you've got auto stop start button on there as well. So very, very nice. Now over here as well, you've got some more shortcuts. So here will get you to your dynamic select section, which is basically where we just were. Telephone, so if you hook your phone up to the Bluetooth, you can call your friends. Media, radio, and then have so a nice little shortcut thing here, so you don't have to fiddle with this if you don't want to. And a menu, and obviously you've got physical switches and dials for your aircon, which is nice. None of this screen stuff, and you're trying to drive, you can physically feel the actual switch, which is nice. Here as well, you've got a center console covered in this leather, really, really nice, high quality button there, and storage in there. Very nice. And as mentioned before, you've got this beautiful pan roof. Now, I think the revs have dropped. Time to give it a little rev. Oh, sounds really nice. Even though this isn't the 6.3 litre old C63, this is the 4 litre V8, it still sounds really, really good. It's got a nice little pop bang on it, just sounds amazing. Sound of the turbos as well, just sounds great. Really, really is a great sounding car. And obviously, the kind of competition for this kind of car is like an M4 maybe, or an RS4. Obviously, the RS4 does have a V8, but the M4 doesn't. This absolutely most definitely sounds better than an M4, so, and arguably looks better as well. It's up to you on preference, but really is a great looking car. Now let's check out. It has technically got back seats, but it's one of them ones. You can fit people in there, maybe if the person in the passenger puts the seat all the way forward, but the main one is you're probably going to get your kids in there. You've got Isofix mounted points on the 2 out seats, some cup holders in the middle, and it's all covered in the same leather and just kind of nice Alcantara type material on there as well. So yeah, you can get your kids in there and they'd still be comfortable, and maybe even an adult on the passenger side if you put the front seat forward a bit. So reasonably practical. Obviously, if you wanted to be more practical, you'd have to up it to the E63.
What's the price again?
So the price on this is £41,500. It's a 2016 model with just 21,000 miles on the clock and 2 previous owners. So it really is a great car. It's got a full Mercedes-Benz service history on it as well, so the car's been well looked after. And when you buy a car from us, you get free warranty standard, so you know you're fully secure when you buy this car from us. You can even get additional warranty through us as well, so you can pay for up to 1 year, 2 years or 3 years warranty on top of it. You also get 1 year access to our Motor Club program, so all your servicing requirements completely free, oil changes, laser wheel alignment, tyre fitting, loads of cool stuff like that, all included under that subscription. And as well, you get MOTs for lifetime. So let's say you keep the car for 3 years. Each year you won't have to pay for your MOT. If you come to us, we'll do it completely free, which is nice. So if you want to buy this car, head over to motorserviceukcars.com, where we've got this car and loads of other cars and finance deals on all of our cars and all of those benefits I've just listed to you. So if you want to buy it, head over to motorserviceukcars.com, and we look forward to seeing you in our next live stream.